I play tag and you it for life. Yikes, you a clown, you do it for likes.
Hey YouTube, it's KayKay'Ali here, and if you can't tell, I'm just a tiny bit nervous because this is my first video ever, so I'm super excited for today's video. And before I get into it, I greatly appreciate if everybody could just like, comment, and subscribe, all of that if you aren't subscribed already, so that you can be notified when I upload more and you can grow with me. Okay, you can tell by the title, today's video is gonna be about moving out at 19, how I did it, tips and advice. I think I'm a little bit, I feel more comfortable with. If you see me keep looking down, it's because I have my notes, so I don't forget anything, so I can let y'all know everything, so it could be smooth for you. If this video helps you, hopefully it does, because these are just some things I wish I would have known before I jumped into it. So the first point I want to get into is the reasons why. I feel like if you have a really good stable home and you don't have like a toxic relationship with your parents or anything like that, like if you have a good home that you can stay to until you're like done with school and you have like, you're able to take care of yourself financially and everything, you should stay home for as long as possible, because when you move out on your own, it is a lot of responsibility. Me personally, if I could go back home, like I would, but I'm in a lease, so I can't break it or it will just like look bad on my credit and stuff like that. But even for me, the only reason that I moved out of the house was because I was going to be closer to my school, because I was going to school in another city, so I moved out of the house that way. But it's not like I was just like, oh, I'm tired of my mom's rules, so I'm gonna move out. If that's the reason for moving out, you do not need to move out, because when we were younger and they used to tell us, oh, when you get older, you keep on saying that you want to grow up, and when you get older, you're gonna want to be a kid again, they did not lie. Because I've been looking at my little sisters like, man, I wish I was young. I want to be just like you when I grow up, a kid again. But unfortunately, that is not how life works. We grow up, we get old, and we just, y'all know what happens, and it's kind of dark. But yeah, so if you can stay home for as long as you can, do that. Don't just move out just because you're tired of the rules. Don't just move out because you don't want to listen no more, you don't like curfew, or you argue with your mom too much. Because me and my mom argue every single day, but she's like my best friend. We're just alike, so we bump heads all the time. But that wasn't enough for me to like straight move out of the house. I only moved out of the house because of school. So yeah, so that was my first point. So really sit and really think about why you want to move out, and if you feel like the reason's not good enough, don't do it. And one of the reasons why is because of your finances. So when you're moving out, obviously you're gonna have bills and responsibility like groceries, and you need to be able to keep up with yourself with like your hygiene and everything. So you're gonna have to be like not only paying your bills, but you're gonna have to be buying like toothpaste, deodorant, like all the extra expenses that you don't really think about until you actually move out on your own. It's like, dang, my mom is not buying this no more. I mean, I don't know if everybody's parents bought it for them when they were in the house, but me personally, my mom bought everything that I needed and wanted, so I didn't really think about that when I moved out. So yeah, so let's go over the finances. When you move out, you're gonna be looking at your phone bill. If you have a car that's not paid off, you're gonna have to look at your car note, your car insurance, your rent, obviously, utilities if it's not included, and then all the extra expenses that comes up that you don't really think about. And you're gonna have to make sure that you pay everything on time, because these people are about their money and they're not gonna say, oh, you don't have it, that's okay, we'll just let you stay for free. No, they're not about to do that. It's either you give them their money or you get out of their place. You give them their money or they turn your lights off. You get a store your money or you don't get no deodorant and you're just gonna be staying. It's one or the other. It's no ifs, ands, or buts, nothing in between. So make sure that you are gonna be financially stable before you move out. Me, I worked full-time before I moved out. So I was just working and I was staying at my mom's house and she was paying for everything. I never had to put no money towards lights, rent, groceries, nothing. My mom paid for everything, so I'm very blessed on that end. I just have to worry about my car insurance, my phone bill, and my car note, because obviously that was mine and she wasn't about to just like, I mean, she gives me pretty much everything I want, but stuff like that, you know, you work for what's yours and stuff like that. So my car note is around, should I be telling my business like that? I'm gonna just go ahead. So my car note was almost like basically $400. It's like $396, and then my car insurance, because I was so, I'm sorry y'all, I just see the little, I keep saying I'm sorry, oh my god. My car insurance, because I was because I'm young and I didn't really have credit, because I never really had a credit card, and I just went to a dealership that you didn't need to have credit to get your car, like to get approved and stuff. My insurance was $400 at Geico, so that's basically $800 right there from my car note and my car insurance. And then my phone bill is like $50, but my phone was not paid off because I always wanted the newest iPhone, and my mom, she used to buy me my phones before I turned 18, but then when I turned 18, like, she's like, okay, anything else you want, you buy. So I was like, I'm not about to put $1,100 on this phone, so I will always just have to, I keep saying I'm so ghetto, I will always have to lease it, because I didn't want to just go ahead and be like, okay, Apple, here's $1,000. So my leasing thing will be probably like one something, so that's like almost $1,000. That's not including how much I eat out, how much I be wanting to shop and spend money on unnecessary things. Like, y'all, literally, I will have money and go in the store and be like, what do I need? Don't need nothing, but just like, I know I got a little bit of money, so let me go in the store and see what I need. Like, no, that is so, I'm terrible at saving, but I'm the best at spending. I cannot save money for nothing. If it wasn't for my mom, I would not have no money saved up whatsoever. When I started working, she already knew how bad I was with saving, so she would always just like take my check and be like, here's half for you, here's half for savings. Or she would be like, okay, when I started like with my car payment and stuff, she'd be like, okay, pay your bills, here's a little bit for you, and we're gonna put the rest in the savings. So I thank God for that. I'd be so mad when it's happening, I'm like, yo, it's taking my money. But she really does help me out with that. And so another thing I want to just add, if you are gonna move out and you don't have like a good support team behind you, I don't think that it might be the best decision for you if you're not completely set financially, or if you don't have no other option, then yeah, go for it. Just like, you know, good luck. My mom is super supportive and she helps me out with whatever I need. So even if I'm short here, short there, my mom will always fill in. So technically I'm not doing it by myself, but I'm just, it's like partly, it's like, okay, so I add up all my bills together, and then whatever money that I have from working, because I still work full-time right here. I'm a pre-K teacher, by the way. I love my full-time, but I add up all of my, you know, bills, and I pay everything that I have with all my money. And then if I'm short on something, I'm like, okay, mom, I put in all my money, I paid everything, but I'm short with this. She'll send it. She be cussing me out though. She be like, see, you should have moved out, because you think that you just wanted to do this, and you wasn't even ready to do this. And she be sending it while she doing it. She be like, and I be listening. I'm like, yeah, mommy, I know. And then she be like, all right, it's sent. I'm like, all right, bye. And I promise I'm so appreciative. I love her so much, but she just goes through the same thing all the time. She'd be swearing that I should never moved out, but she was the one that was telling me, oh, I'm counting down the days. So I don't even want to hear that. Anyways, if you're watching this video, you need to stop. How to prepare for moving out. So first, obviously, you need to know who you're gonna live with, if you're gonna do roommates, or if you're gonna live by yourself. So let's say you're doing roommates. If you're doing roommates, y'all, please try your best to find roommates that you know that you can live with before you just be like, okay, I'm gonna do the random select, because you don't know who you're gonna get. When I tell you don't know who you're gonna get, they do the little listing. You're like, okay, this is my personality, to say, oh, we'll match you with somebody. They don't really care about that. They don't really care about that. So if you are doing roommates, just see if you can find like friends that are also in the same situation as you and ready to move. Because I just moved with my best friend and her roommate that she had when she lived on campus. We were all just gonna move out into our own apartment, so we just got one together. It's 3 of us. So once you find out if you're gonna move by yourself or if you're gonna have your roommates, then you can start looking for your apartment. And this is how we did it. So how to find the perfect apartment. What I did basically was, I don't know why I just looked around like that. So when we were looking for our apartment, we just looked up, I just searched like student apartments in Tallahassee, and they just gave me this whole list of apartments that were close to the campuses and stuff like that. And then from there, I ended up seeing this website called renttally.com. I can't remember if I found it or if she found it. But if you're moving to Tallahassee, I will put the link in the description below so you can go on there. But yeah, so it's called renttally.com, and you are able to put how much you want to pay, like the max you want to pay in rent, or how many bedrooms you want, how many bathrooms you want, if you want the place to allow you to have pets, all of that, and it just shows you everything they have or whatever. So we were looking through them. I think we found like 3 favorites, and then we scheduled a day to move. Gosh, I'm so stupid. We scheduled a day to go and tour the places. So I think we went around like March. We went up there and we toured 3 places. The first place we toured, I just lied. Okay, the first place we toured, we got there. It looked really nice on the website, but of course, false advertisement. So we went inside, and the outside was giving projects kind of vibes, but the inside was giving like beautiful home. Like it was so nice, and inside it was a townhouse. It was upstairs, downstairs. It had like a bar area in the kitchen, and we got upstairs. The rooms were so big, and they had like the kind of closet where the whole closet was a mirror, and I loved it so much. I didn't even care about the project looking thing on the outside. I just wanted that room, and the bathroom was so nice. And it was the kind of thing where it was like, oh, this room is this size, this room is this size, this room is this size. I was saying size, but whoever gets, you know, like if you're gonna get this one, you gotta pay this much. If you're gonna get this one, you gotta pay this much, because some of them are nicer than the other ones. I wanted the best one, and I did not care how much I had to pay. I did not care. It was only like 5 something, like, but I didn't care. I wanted it because it had like a nice tub, and I was like, oh my gosh. But then we went to go tour the second place, and it was beautiful. I mean, this place, it looked so nice when we came to visit. They have what is it called, a beach style pool. It's like, you know how it goes like from the shore or like the shallow to the, you know what I'm talking about. So it has a really nice pool. It has a really nice gym, 24-hour. Everything is just like modern. It has a study room, it has a game room, it has a clubhouse. It just looks so nice. Anyways, so yeah, it just looks really nice. But when you came in the inside of the model home, it was still nice. Like they had the living room was nice, but it was just smaller than the last place that we had looked at. But it was just nice. Even though it was smaller, it was nice on the inside and out. The other place was only nice on the inside, because they also had a gym at the other place and a study room, but it was just like, the freaking study room was like some beat down classroom. That's what it looked like. It was like a whiteboard that it was so dirty, and then it had a desk and a chair and one laptop and like one printer. But this place has like a few like desktops in it, so many desktops. It has 2 rooms inside of the study room. That's how big it was. It was 2 rooms inside of the study room, and they had like soundproof glass doors so that you can't hear the different like conversations going on. And then it has like all these seats and everything and booths that you can go in. And then on the other side was the game room, and it has like a pool table and Connect Four. All of this, it just was so nice. So then we went inside, and the rooms were smaller, but this is actually the one that we live in, the second one that I'm telling you about. The rooms were smaller, but they were still nice. It just, you got more, even though the rooms were smaller here and that wasn't really buying me, we still got more out of the whole thing than what we would have got if we lived over there. Because like if I lived over there, I'd be like, if I had to recommend somebody, it would go like this. Yeah, I live here. It's not that nice on the outside, but you know, it's really nice on the inside. So don't let the outside like throw you off. But since I live here, I'd be like, oh yeah, I live in the da-da-da-da. It's so nice. Let me take you here. Let me take you there. Let me take you there. And it's just nice. Okay, so then the last one we toured, that apartment was so small. We walked in the building, looked left, looked right, and that was it. And we were just automatically like, no, never mind. The only thing that I liked was their mailbox room was so nice. It was like a room in the rent office, and it was so fancy. It's like something you see in a movie. You just take your little key and you put it on, you tap it, and then the mailbox just pop open. It's like, and I was like, that is so cool. But darn it, the apartment was way too small. Like, and it wasn't upstairs, downstairs. And the one that we live in now, the one that we live in now is also upstairs and downstairs, and we love it. And the people in the front are amazing. We love them too. So when you're moving in, after you toured and you talk to the people and everything, you have to prepare to pay everything they're gonna ask you to pay. So with that being said, when we were getting in the process to get the lease to get approved and stuff like that, me and my best friend both had like fair credit or good credit for our age. But for some reason, I don't know, because it's so weird. They told us that you need a guarantor, I think that's what it's called. Don't you me if it's not, that's what it's called. But basically it's the same thing as a cosigner. So they were like, if you have one of those, you don't need to pay $1,000 security deposit. If you don't have one, you have to pay the $1,000 security deposit if you don't got no credit. So I'm like, okay, we got credit. My mom I didn't want to have to make my mom co-sign, because she's already co-signed for my car. Even though I'm like paying the bill, she co-signs for it. So I didn't want her to have to co-sign for here too. So I was just like, okay, I'll just use my own credit so that I can just not pay it because I got good credit. And then he's like, oh, without a guarantee, you'll still have to pay the $1,000. And I was just like, what do you ended up paying the $1,000? Well, I didn't. My mom put the $1,000 down, and that just goes back to show how supportive she is and how much she's helped me. So I'm not completely doing it on my own. So she put in the $1,000, and yeah, she was like, oh yeah, when it all pays off after you finish school this night, you can pay me back. So I was like, girl, you gonna get way more than just that $1,000 back. When I say, mom, if I could buy the whole world, I would. But anyways, so she put that down, and then you're gonna have to pay first month's rent once you sign a lease and stuff, and then you're gonna also have to pay, I think, the utility setup fee, which I think was like $75. Yeah, and the application fee, but in our case they had waived the application fee for us. It was like a special going around, and they lowered the rent by like a few dollars, I think, and they also gave us a $300 gift card if we actually signed the lease and said that we would move in for sure. So that was great. The $300 gift card I just used to decorate my room and stuff like that. So yeah. So that's how you have to prepare for it. You have to make sure that you're going to be able to pay everything they're going to ask you up front. And so that's that. And what you will need. So if you're not going to do a furnished apartment, we did furnish. So they just gave us the couch, the kitchen table, and the dining room area and stuff, and the desk in our room and the bed. They gave us everything, and everything was like really nice. It came in, it's like good quality, everything. And it looks nice. But if you don't do the furnished package, you're gonna have to get your dresser drawers, your bed, your desk if you're studying, or if you don't have a desk, I guess you don't have that one. But you're also gonna have to get your couches, your dining table, everything basically that you would get if you move into an empty apartment. And that could be a lot. So you have to make sure that you are able to get all of that if you're not able to take like your bed and everything from home. And y'all, make sure that you think about the stuff that I guess I'm trying to say, when you prepare for all the big stuff, think about the little stuff too. Because when I moved, I didn't think about, like, obviously I didn't take all my mom's like towels and her like, we shared a blow dryer, we shared flat irons. I didn't take all that stuff. When you move out, especially like as a girl, when you move out of the house, you have to buy your own blow dryer, you have to buy your own flat irons, you have to buy I still ain't even got one. I just used my best friend's blow dryer because so what, we could just use it together. But you have to think about all that stuff. I didn't even think about that when I moved out, because I don't know. And like pillows too. I remember we were moving day, we were shopping, and I was just like, yeah, I love my bed set. It comes with these pillows, this like decorative pillow and this amount of regular pillowcases. And I was like, wait, I don't got no pillows. So I had to just go to Walmart and just get all these pillows, and now I got like 13 damn pillows on my bed. But I didn't even think about that, because obviously I just didn't take my stuff from home, because you know, that's for, I can't just take all the stuff. I forgot what I was about to say. You're gonna need somebody with like a big truck or a big car, or if you don't rent like a U-Haul truck, because all of my stuff did not fit in my car. So my mom had to bring, like, she brought her truck because she was dropping me off anyways. But I didn't even have to bring a bed and stuff, and I still had a lot of stuff to where I needed something big. Cause I was not about to, who was about to go back and forth? I wouldn't even want to do that. Like, if I stayed in town, I wouldn't want to go back and forth in my car to take the stuff back and forth from the old house to the new house. So imagine 4 hours, girl, bye. Cause Tallahassee's 4 hours from where I used to live. I just had my mom's big truck and she took everything. So that was that. My next thing I'm gonna talk about is moving day. So I'm gonna describe planning on moving, and we're planning on leaving in the morning. So we had, I think I packed my car that night. I definitely had to pack my car that night. There's no way I did all that in the morning, but I just remember moving some stuff in the morning. But anyway, so yeah, packed the car. And before I talk about that, packing, I like packing personally, because I get to go through all my stuff and throw out the stuff I don't need, because I tend to need to find a sentimental meaning to everything. Like, I'll be like, oh, you gave me my birthday present in this birthday bag. I need to keep this birthday bag because it's what you gave it to me for my birthday. So I'm gonna keep the birthday bag. That's the type of person I am. Or like, I be having cards, Christmas cards, everything, all these birthday cards saved from 17 years ago, and I just feel like I need to keep them all. Like, I want to keep every single thing that somebody gives to me. So when I'm packing my stuff to move, I can be like, I don't really need this, I don't really need this, I don't really need this, and go through everything and throw it all away, and then I have so much less junk that I don't need. Unpacking is what I hate. I don't like unpacking. Like, it takes forever. I'd rather pack than unpack. So once you're all packed up, you're leaving day. We woke up that morning and got up, and she was just like, this is it. My grandma was there, my cousin was there, my sisters were there, and I was just like, this is really happening. Like, I'm really moving out of the house. And I wanted to cry, but I didn't cry. I cried moments up to leaving, like days and weeks before leaving. I would cry thinking about it, like saying bye to people, because I had like celebrations and parties and stuff. But I thought I was gonna be a wreck on moving day, but I wasn't. I was so excited. My best friend had met me at my house, and I had said bye to her parents and stuff. My uncle, auntie, I love them so much. So yeah, once she came, we just was like, okay, this is it, we're about to go. We got in the car, and I had to steal my PlayStation, because look, I don't know why, but my mom would not want me to take the PlayStation with me, and I was just like, I'm taking the PlayStation. We have a PlayStation and an Xbox. I was leaving my sister with the Xbox, but she wouldn't let me take it. So move-in day, with me and my best friend packing up, I wrapped my PlayStation up in a blanket, and I took it with me because, girl, no, bye, what are you saying? So we pulled out of the parking lot, and we drove, and we got on the interstate, And I was like, we really moving? I just kept saying it like, oh my gosh, we're moving. We moving. She's like, yeah. She be doing this all the time. We were approaching. We were like, okay, we're 1 hour away. Or like, we're 2 hours away. We're 1 hour away. We're 30 minutes away. Da, da, da. Finally, we pulled up there. And we were like, we're here. Our little dance should be doing, we're here. So we got there, and there was just this whole line of cars, because it was everybody's moving day. Whole line of cars, and they had like a tent set up for everything to drive through. So you would just drive through, sign some papers, and they'll give you your key and everything. And then we went to the house, opened the door, and we were like, oh my god, it looks so different from the model home. Literally ain't nothing in there. It looks so like, it don't look ugly, it just look like, this is not what I remember. But it was still nice. So my mom them got there maybe like an hour later, and because they had left later than us, so they got there like an hour later. It was my mom, my grandma, my sisters, and my cousins. And I'm just remembering this day like it was yesterday. And we were just walking around the house, and we were just like, oh, it's so nice. My grandma was so excited. Everybody was excited. We kind of unpacked a little bit, had stuff situated, and then we went on a grocery run. Came back home, kind of started putting our rooms together a little bit. My mom cooked for us, and we ate. Then we eventually all went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and then I had to say goodbye to my family. I was so sad. But I still didn't cry, and I'm so proud of myself because I'm such a crybaby, and I really thought that I was gonna cry, but I did not cry. And I was like, you grown, that's why you ain't cry. How to deal with missing home, or like being homesick, y'all. When I first moved out, it was so hard. Like the first couple days, it was fine because it was the rush of just moving out, but then it really sunk in. Like, okay, I haven't seen my mom in a week, I haven't seen my sisters in a week, and I've never went that long without seeing them before, unless I went like on like a little trip or something. But no, this was real. Like, I was just like, oh my god, I'm just thinking about it. I was just so, what is the word? Depressed, homesick. I would just lie in bed every single day. I would sun up to sundown in my bed. I swear to you, I'm already a small person, and I had lost so much weight. So imagine me smaller. Bye. But then towards the end of the month came, my best friend had threw me a birthday party. Some of my friends from home had came up for the birthday party, and they stayed the weekend with me, and it was so fun. And then I had a little surprise on the way back before they left. My mom was like, I have one last surprise for you. And she had kept telling me that when I first move out, I can't come back until Thanksgiving. I moved out in August, and she was like, okay, yeah, you can't come back to November because you know you gotta get used to it, so you'll come back for Thanksgiving. I was like, girl, what? I'll be back every week, don't play. And then she was like, I have one last surprise for you. And then she was like, I gotta go get it. She walked out. I guess she was calling my mom, and when she came back in, my mom was like, okay, I know you're missing home a lot, and I know seeing them was so like bittersweet for you. You're so happy that they're there, so I'm just gonna let you know that you can come back home with them for a week or two. And I was like, yeah, I started crying immediately because I was so happy she said that, because she was not letting me come home. Like, I need to get used to it, but I was literally driving myself crazy. So when she told me I could come home, I flew home. Like, girl, I beat them home. That's how, don't even play with me. I'm really close with my family, so the homesick part, I still get homesick to this day. I just got over a homesick phase. It comes in like phases and waves for me. Like, I'll be fine for a point, and then there comes another point where I'm just like, I don't want to be here no more. I really just want to go home. But would I take it back? No, because even though dealing with the homesickness and all this and that, I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't, because I still like being on my own. You grow a lot, you learn, it makes you a little bit more mature. And yeah, I was kind of babied and spoiled growing up, so being on my own really helped me become more independent, even though my mom still helps a lot. She's super supportive, and I'm very appreciative of her. But yeah, I think that is all of my points. If you have any more questions, you can just leave them in the comment section below and I can answer them the best that I can. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and like I said in the beginning, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
I feel more comfortable like this. I'm just kidding.